Hey guys, my name is Carly Rose Sonenclar. I'm 13 years old and I'm from Westchester, New York. I don't even know what was going on in my head. I was just kind of looking at them. It kind of felt like I was watching somebody else on the TV show, because I'm so used to watching the TV show and seeing like other people up there and getting that kind of reaction and wishing it was me, but that time was actually me. So it was kind of amazing. Just, I have no words for it. I was standing off to the side. It was like a kind of a, I've never had that type of setup where like I was on the side of the stage and I could see the performer who was right before me, and I could see all the judges, and I was just right there like I was on the stage. So I was just waiting there. I was going through my lyrics. I was drinking water. I was just getting ready. And then I got on and I was talking to them, and it was amazing. And I think I don't think they really questioned the song choice. I think they were just kind of shocked at the song choice, but I guess it paid off. I love music, so I'm always looking for the next song to sing and the next song that's right for me, so that's not a problem because I'll just be doing that anyway. Even if I didn't get through, I'd be doing that. So, yeah, just keeping on, just keep singing and practicing and looking for the best song to sing.
Simon is one of the biggest names in this business, and to like say that you work for him, like, oh my God, that's awesome. I don't really try to be anything that I'm not. I'm just kind of myself. I'm young, and I just try to show that when I sing and when I do interviews and all this stuff. That's what I'm trying to do. And also, like, my style of singing is a lot different than everybody in this competition and everything that's really in the industry right now on the charts and stuff like that. So I think that that's what I could bring, and I think that that is why you should vote for me. My dad and my brother.
My grandmother and my dad.
Who was more excited? I don't know. I think it was pretty even.
Okay, so Carly is still in process right now. Are you feeling like a rock star now? Yeah.
It's good to have her back, and when she left, it's kind of hard, so having her back is kind of like makes you realize how awesome she is, so yeah.
So we are in Beverly Hills right now at the SLS Hotel, where right now the top 12 contestants are having a party thrown for them so they can finally celebrate, and I'm going to take you guys on the plum carpet with me and everyone else. Are you on vocal rest? Perfect, so you can just do something to describe without words how you feel.
We were curious to know how Carly and all the finalists felt about the producer's decision to reveal not only the bottom two, which has been the long-standing tradition, but to also, for the first time, reveal the rank order of all the contestants based on the public vote. So, we asked them.
I happened to do really well last week, so I'm saying I think it's a great thing but I mean, I do, because I feel like if I were to be in, like, let's say I was in 10th place or 11th place, then I would think, okay, I need to step up my game and I need to do something differently. So in a way, I think it's an advantage. Some people were taking it really badly. Like, I mean, not badly, like, I understand, but like they were really taking it to heart. And I know it's easy to do that, but you have to think of it as an advantage because no other show does that. So they're giving you the opportunity to see that maybe you're not one of the front runners and you need to work harder.
I really like the song Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars right now, and I like it because it's kind of like old school sounding, like Motown almost, but it's still like pop. It's boho chic, that's what my friend calls it.
What does that mean?
It means bohemian chic. English, math, and Spanish. My least favorite subjects are social studies and science because I think they're extremely boring.
All right, well, we've been asking the contestants what they would be doing for Thanksgiving if they weren't here this week, and here's what the teens had to say.
I would be either at my house with my family or at somebody else's house with my family.
stuffing and sweet potatoes with like marshmallows on them. It would probably be the Beatles because they're really amazing and they're all legends and they're just so famous and there's so many like stories about them that I would want to ask them about because I'm such a big fan.
You guys, we are already more than halfway through the season. Can you believe it? I can hardly believe it. Anyways, there's so much about the contestants that I feel like you guys still don't know. So I had them each tell us a little bit more about themselves, something that you might not know yet.
I hate cheese.
But I did not stop there, don't you fear. I created this handy dandy cup of contestants and had each of them tell us one thing about that person that we might not know.
Carly! Of course I choose Carly. One thing you might not know about Carly is she mixes different cereals together, and it's so weird, but I guess it tastes good. 3. They're just kind of weird all the time.
Earlier this week, we asked Diamond and Carly Rose how they were dealing with the loss of not just a teammate, but also a close friend.
It was heartbreaking. She was so defeated, and you could tell she was just sobbing, and she couldn't really keep herself, together. And that just shows how much it hurt her and how much it meant to her. And I think that was just what was hard for us watching it and being such great friends with her.
This week's theme is the number one. Well, number one hits. But for the video, I decided that we would ask the contestants about some of their number one things in life. The first being their number one moment since being on the X Factor.
The number one moment here so far is getting number one in the vote.
Next, I asked them using one word to describe the other person in their category.
Spunky?
Bestest friend in the world ever.
And because I thought it would be really, really fun to watch, I decided to ask them their number one dance move. And let me tell you, they've got some good number one dance moves.
And we wanted to know what challenges the mentor-mentee relationship presents and how the final 6 are handling those tensions as we head into the home stretch.
I know that at the beginning, like the first week when I did Good Feeling, I don't think that she quite understood, at that point, really what I wanted to do, and that's understandable because it was the first week that she was working with me. But then from there on, I think Brittany started to understand really what I wanted to do, and we started to work together a lot more, and we kind of got who I want to be as an artist.
Jacqueline said, #Pepsi challenge, at Carly Rose Music should do her hair like this. I think that it's pretty, I just think that it's too similar to the one that I did for Summer Over the Rainbow. Raquel said, at the X Factor USA, this is a cute hairstyle for Carly, #Pepsi challenge. I think this is cool also. I think that it's different from anything I've done before, so.
I hope the audience chooses If I Were a Boy and If Not That, Your Song. I like those two songs because they're emotional, and last week I did Rolling in the Deep, and it's more of an attitude. That's kind of I was trying to show attitude in that song. So this week I think that it's important to kind of show the more emotional side again, because if you go too far on that attitude thing, you'll start to get distant and people won't like you. I think it's good to show that one time to see, okay, she can do that, but then kind of come back to the emotional side. So, and I think both songs show that. And they're just really pretty songs, and If I Were a Boy is one of the biggest songs ever, and Your Song kind of, is a classic Elton John song, but then Ellie Goulding covered it, so now it's kind of become this amazing song that everybody kind of knows again, so I think that both of those songs are great.
Speaking of Carly Rose, who you just mentioned, last week all the judges kept just being blown away. They think she's an alien, basically. You've been spending a lot of time with Carly Rose. You probably know better than anyone. Is there a 13-year-old girl hiding in there somewhere?
Carly Rose is an alien.
She is
I just want to
officially.
make that announcement. She is an alien. A spaceship comes and picks her up and drops her off every single day. No, seriously, she's a regular 13-year-old girl. She's an incredible girl. She's just like every other girl. She likes ice cream. She likes
She's
boys.
not the Terminator. She just has the voice of...
She just happens to be blessed with a great voice, but she actually works very, very hard. And I feel like one thing people don't get about Carly is how disciplined she is. This girl drinks tea all the time. She's on vocal rest. She treats her voice like a real instrument. She goes to sleep when she's supposed to. She barely speaks. How Celine Dion does these little knocks and these little things.
I do Who to Find My Nose before every performance. Absolutely.
This is Carly.
when did they first realize they could do the damn thing?
When I was about 3 or 4 maybe, I wanted to start taking singing lessons, but my singing teacher said I was too young, so I couldn't take them yet. But then when I was 5 years old, we were like begging her. We were like, I really want to do this. And she was like, at 5, she's like, I mean, you're still too young, but you can take them, I guess. So then I started taking singing lessons, and she was like, wow, I'm so glad that I took you at this age, because I guess she saw something in me that I didn't even see.
So catching up with those finalists this weekend as they prepared for tonight's make or break performances, we asked them just how badly do they want this?
Getting to the top 4 is amazing, and I think that this is an accomplishment in itself, but I want to win, and I'm going to do what I can to do that.
Hopefully I'm relatable, and girls who are younger than me or my age or even older than me who want to go and try out for this, hopefully I've been a good inspiration for them. The boldest decision I made is probably playing the piano and singing at the same time, because that was pretty nerve-wracking, but I was trying to show that I'm like a well-rounded artist, and that once I get off the show, hopefully if I can continue in music, that playing piano and singing is something I would want to do.
Oh my gosh, we have the key to Simon's trailer.
Yeah. Let's go spread some holiday.
We're the little What are you guys gonna miss the most when you go home?
I'm gonna miss singing on stage, and I'm gonna miss wardrobe.
I really like wardrobe, and I like what they've done with my style. I'd say my favorite outfit was For As Long As You Love Me.
Oh my god!
Cool!
You didn't have a keyboard, so I figured now you can always practice. Anytime you have a show, you have to play piano.
Thank you so much, I love it.
Of course, it wasn't until the end of last Thursday's show that the normally unshakable Carly Rose found out she'd earned a place in the X Factor finals. Here she shares what she was feeling during what was no doubt the most nerve-wracking hour of her life. Fifth Harmony!
When I first got on stage and they called Fifth Harmony, I've never been so nervous in my life. Like, I felt unsafe. Like, my body, like, I was so nervous. Like, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack. It was a really bad feeling.
Now there's just one spot left. Will it go to Carly Rose Sonenclar or Emblem 3?
They've never experienced me in I guess the bottom. Like, it wasn't technically the bottom by votes, but like the two who still don't know. This means the world to me, so to even be like in this position is really nerve-wracking. Then when Emblem 3 and I were walking backstage after we hadn't gotten called, I was practicing what I was gonna say when they said that I was going home. I was literally practicing word for word what I was gonna say. Because I thought I was going home.
Carly Rose Sonenclar!
That's why I was literally shocked when they said I wasn't. I would go back to the first live show and tell myself to be more confident in what I was doing.